Welcome back to the Ambition Over Fear portal. I'm Atlas Opia, and I help people expand their interdimensional knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be diving into the topic of quantum jumping from a unique and refreshing perspective, which can allow you to understand how this process happens in the higher dimensions and lower dimensions, and why it's important for you to be able to intellectualize each moving part that comes into place. The better you understand the system of the universe and your own consciousness, the more effective you'll be at making what you want happen. Now, if you're back on this channel, or if you're new here, definitely subscribe and like if you enjoy the video as you're moving forward, because I take interdimensional consciousness and articulate it in a language which your mind can digest. That way, the infinite power and knowledge that your soul holds and has always been there can now emerge, because your human functionalities, which is the mind, body, emotions, and inner child, now can upgrade and reprogram themselves to match this infinite potential of power that you hold, because the universe runs through you. So to jump right into it, I want to first explain to you how the universe is layered. There are 13 dimensions in this universe, and in the 13th dimension, that energy is responsible for creating everything else in this galaxy and the universe around us. It is source energy. So you can take this metaphor and allow it to open up your inner child and the curiosity of it, so you could see more of how the universe is functioned. So imagine a apartment building with 13 floors, and on the 13th floor there is a battery, a generator. This gives energy to the floor below it, which is 12, and the 12th floor gives energy to the 11th, and the 11th gives energy to the 10th, all the way down. So remember, when you're manifesting something or you see a timeline, that is all information that is unseen. It's in the quantum field. You can feel it with your third eye, but you can't experience it with your five senses yet. That information in the quantum field becomes solid matter. So the higher dimensions give you the ability to align with information that is beyond your current circumstances, and that flows down from each dimension as every single layer helps it become solid matter. Now, another metaphor you can use is an electronic or piece of technology, right? Look at a computer or a phone. Now, when you plug it into the wall to charge it, the wall is a source of pure energy, like the energy on the 13th dimension. But then that energy goes into the electronic, and it moves through one piece of technology into another, into another, into another, which then allows your phone to operate with full battery. The universe works the same way. The energy on the 13th dimension flows down to each dimension below it, as every layer holds a unique purpose in making that unseen information become solid matter in the third. So take that understanding and allow it to give you excitement, because you are then realizing your current circumstances are just what you have identified with so far, and you can move beyond it by realizing the universe is pure energy. And the interesting thing is, when you can see a version of life in your imagination, a new timeline, a new story, you just opened up that stream of consciousness and information in the higher dimensions. Because nothing can enter your consciousness unless you're a vibrational match to it, and unless it's real on some layer, because you're able to experience it through thought and emotion. This allows us to unlearn the idea that we were taught growing up, which is there is real and make-believe. Everything is real on the dimension it exists in, right? So that's the good news, is you don't have to create and place so much emphasis on micromanaging your emotions and thoughts to feel into one thing you want to manifest. See a version of life that has everything you need. All your desires existed. Feel into it and intellectually realize that in the higher dimensions, that stream of information is real. Just align with it. Become free from associating with your old story and who you think you were, and move into that new way of being. So one thing I wanted to say is, I'm here on a galactic mission to give spiritual technology to starseeds on Earth so they can truly uncover their power in a way that has not been done before. It is not enough to just know you're a starseed and have somebody channel the name or where you came from. It's about taking the wisdom, the energy, the knowledge, and the mission you had in that life and learning how to integrate it into where you are now so you can have more purpose. As you know, the metaphysical world creates a physical field. So I developed something called interdimensional skills, which are unique actions you can perform in the quantum field with your imagination, because your imagination is how you gain information in the quantum field and change aspects of it. And these interdimensional skills are so simple that your mind can actually reprogram itself to not reject your spiritual power, but understand this is the way reality is going to be. Seeing the world beyond the veil. And then as you learn these simplistic interdimensional skills, which are ways to use your spiritual energy, you can layer them on top of each other, use them in different combinations to make larger feats of manifestation happen. In the modern world, using your spiritual power to improve your day-to-day life, the activities, your circumstances, and also continue the job you had in those higher realms that you feel called to help again. Okay, now to get back into it. So now I want to go into how quantum jumping happens in the lower dimensions. Now remember, higher and lower is not an indication of better or worse. Do not try to always be high vibe. I've heard this phrase often in the spiritual community, and oftentimes it can be a smoking mirrors that leads one to spiritually bypassing, because every energy inside of us is unique. It is powerful. Every emotion is a unique piece of information. Our ability to sit with the entirety of what we are is what's going to give us freedom. So in the lower dimensions, a timeline is you experiencing a pattern of experiences, emotions, and information. if you take a moment and look back at your life, and you can think to yourself, wow, during this period, I felt like I was an entirely different person. Or during this period, it feels so different than where I am now. That's because those are different timelines you were in. A timeline is you stating that your story, who you are, and how you see the world. It's making a declaration of having those aspects be something new. The timeline is a point of energy, right, that reproduces into a stream of consciousness that leads to an end result. And when you're choosing a new timeline and you're going to decide a new end result of life, a new version of you, different things you're going to manifest, that is a North Star, that is a destination. And then in that particular story, the universe will arrange itself accordingly to get you to that destination, giving you the exact experiences, learning, and shifts, realizations, and energy you need along that path to get to that destination. So take a moment to do this exercise, and if you need to, after this video, take a piece of paper or in your journal and do this particular activity, because it may help you. First, decide what timeline you're moving into. State 3 to 5 areas of life you care about and how you want each area to look. And if you feel a bit of resistance, because at times we may feel as if we're unworthy of what we're wanting to create because our past is so far from where we want to go, imagine as if you're writing a story about somebody else, but leave the name blank. And then over time, entertain the fact that you don't have to move from your old story to this story. You have to let go of your old story, realize that you're an interdimensional soul getting to have an experience as a human with emotions and thoughts and an identity. And that story, which you have been, is just something that has been created and you identified with. It's not you, you are the soul. Then choose a different story from that position. So step 1, outline the story. Step 2 is you're going to create a new identity around the story you're wanting to move into. Who would you have to be to hold the energy of that timeline? What personal characteristics would you have to have? What personality traits do you need to hold the energy of all these manifestations? See yourself as a person living the story. And then step 3 is see a timeline of Earth that aligns with your identity and what you're creating. Earth has different timelines. See a version of Earth where the universe works through the third dimension to give you everything you need at any point, at any given time. Okay, so start to move into that realization. Now, the one thing I want you to practice is moving from the higher dimensions and lower dimensions. Now, first is the feeling. One way you can do this is by imagining you breathing in and out of your heart space until an energy ball is created. And then, as you can see the outline of an energy ball, as if it's transparent, as if you're daydreaming, not needing it to be a full-blown hallucination, but you know it's there, move it up. And as you're moving it up, you can imagine that there is an elevator taking you higher as the air is becoming thinner, as the air is becoming more potent. And then you're going towards the source of all creation. You're going towards your higher self, oneness with everything. Outside of your identity as a human, your emotions, your thoughts, you're just one with the present moment. Now move that ball down, and as you move it down, it's gonna feel as if the air is becoming thicker and heavier, because the lower dimensions where your mind, body, emotions, and inner child reside is thicker. It's more dense, it's slower. So feel that heaviness as you fall into earth, and imagine that you're connecting to the center of this planet. There is a line of energy connecting you, going through the bottom of your body, down beneath your house or apartment or the ground, and allow it to continually search and go down until it feels this heaviness in the center of the earth, a piece of metal. Now that's how to move from higher or lower, from a feeling based. Intellectually, the higher dimensions is the energy and vibration and information. The lower dimensions is the manifestation itself. So when you're using your five senses and you're feeling into the chair you're sitting on, or the phone you're watching this from, or your body, you're experiencing a manifestation with your five senses. To shift to intellectually is you realizing now that everything that has manifested in your environment is vibration. It's all information that holds a particular code and that has a particular frequency. So why does this help when you're quantum jumping? You want to go into your higher dimensional self to find the version of life, and then see who you would be in that story. See what the world would give you, and intellectually realize this is not your imagination creating stuff from scratch. You've now opened a new parallel reality in the higher realms, a new blueprint of energy, and you're now going to live through that each day and feel it in your five senses. Bring it down like the energy ball into your body, into your cells, into your DNA. All right? Now I want to tell you again that if you're a starseed or a galactic soul and you know that there is more for you, but you might not know the next steps, book your free starseed coaching session right now, because I'm here to give you a new piece of wisdom that is part of a collection of knowledge that I have been downloading and bringing in. Starseeds need something new. We need to understand how to properly harness and organize our powers, how to structure our own abilities in a way where we can apply it to modern day life. And that's what I want to offer you. Your first session's for free. I want to give you insight into the blocks you may have. And I want to explain aspects of this universe to you in a way where you can truly feel more connected to your power, and you gain more clarification on how your consciousness works. And you can start harnessing different interdimensional skills which can allow you to change the quantum field in a unique way depending on what you want to manifest here in the higher realms. So I love to hear from you soon. Do not let fear of the unknown get in your way, because you're drawn to the next stage of your own power, your authentic truth, and I'm here on my galactic mission to be a bridge between what you don't know and what you need to know. So I'd love to hear from you, and until next time, have an amazing, peaceful, simplistic day where you know that you are enough.